Think about how most of us got started in real estate here. We get our license. We pick a company probably because we knew someone there or were referred there. And if we were interviewing, we don't know what questions to ask. You're not taught that in real estate school. Here's the questions you should ask. Like when you get there, how are you going to get business? Like where are you going to get customers? What's their plan to help you get customers and grow? All right. But we show up day one and then we pretty much begin to copy what everybody else is doing. But copying what everybody else is doing around it, like that's a career killer, man. Career killer. So the industry statistics I mentioned a bit ago prove that out. So for the few agents and brokers who do make decent money, they kind of find themselves working weekends and evenings. You know, they're juggling all the balls, racing around trying to be all things to all people. Okay, but it's impossible for that person to be at their kid's ball game and showing homes to a buyer at the same time. They're forced into cheating one of them. Okay, and that's exactly what's happening. I'm going to cheat. Who am I going to cheat today? There's a really good book by a guy named Andy Stanley you guys might want to read. It's a fantastic read, but it confessingly says, yeah, you're pretty much cheating somebody every day. Okay, but it doesn't have to be that way. It shouldn't be that way at all. Commissions are disappearing for most as well. You're making more money as a percentage of sale than ever. Higher selling prices, higher commission rates. What's your average commission on buy sides, Bill? What do you guys get?
Buy sides is between 3 and 3.5.
Between 3 and 3.5. What's the norm in your market?
2.5 to 2.8.
Barb?
It's, on the buy side, for us, is about 3, maybe 3.25.
And what's the market average in your area?
2.5.
2.5?
Pretty much.
Okay. Nancy?
So buy side is 3%. The average in our marketplace is 2.25%. And on the sell side, we're 2.5 or 3.5% rather, and the average is 2.5%.
Okay. Bertrand?
We do the sellers at 7%. We give 2 to the collaboration. The average is 3 overall. So they give maybe 1.5 or 2.
Yeah,
so
really?
They have 1 left. And on the buyer side, we sign at 3.5.
Okay. And the norm in your market, you said was around
2%.
2? Okay. Mike?
Yeah, on the buying side, we get 3.01%, and the average is 2.1, so not quite a full percent higher. And then on the selling side, we keep 4.2%, and the average is 2.6.
Yes. Rudy?
On the buy side, we get paid 3.5, and the highest we get paid on the buy side, it's 7. And then on the listing side, we get paid 7, and we are keeping all the 7 because we teach the buyer's agent to negotiate their own fees.
Yep. So you can see that we talk about money and commissions a lot here, right? Because this is a for-profit business, I think. But the majority of companies out there, they don't seem to know what to do. They have no idea what to do. Many of them are embracing. I see commercials all the time for people that will match you up with a real estate agent that will do it for like 2% or something like that. Okay? And people get into real estate, look around at what everybody else is doing, copy them instead of copying what the 1% of the 1% do. Those who actually have achieved the highest levels of success, and the more you look into it, the more you see they do things differently. So another classic example is this. Real estate agents work for 10 years, 20 plus years, and when they're done, they have nothing they can sell. I think everybody knows what I mean. They've not built a sellable business asset. They're real estate agents. All right? We called it a business. We say it's a business, but a business really should be something so valuable that other people would want. Now, they may take a portion of their income and invest it in a market or a cash flow real estate, but when they're done, all they have is what their return is from their stock, bond, mutual fund investments, or from their cash flow properties. Is that right? Like their real estate business that they've been benefiting from, they can't do anything with it. They just quit it. Okay? If you contrast that, though, with the dry cleaner that I go to and drop my dry cleaning off, okay, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to get up every day. They're going to produce income from their dry cleaning business. They're going to invest a portion of it in cash flow properties, and they're going to invest some of their money probably in the market. But when they're done, they're going to sell their dry cleaning company. They can and will sell their business. It stays there forever with different ownership. Over and over again. Have you guys noticed that? Doesn't that bother you? That bothers the bejesus out of me. Like, why? Why does it have to be that way? All right? So some agents and brokers, owners of their own shop, okay, but they own their own place, but it's primarily a means of escape. I'm going to start my own brokerage because I don't want to pay that one, okay, and which I don't think is so smart. For example, when I was a Remax, guys, check this out. In my last year at Remax, I paid them $120,000, 100% commission split. So I paid them $120,000. One day I thought that was fine. The next day I guess it wasn't fine. But I didn't leave because of the 120, because I'm not a dummy. I had 2 guys that owned the company that essentially worked for me, and their whole staff worked for me. You understand that? Like, that was a bargain for the amount of money. And I had a roof, rent, and all kinds of stuff, copiers and people and referrals coming in. It was a bargain. So I don't think it makes sense to leave a company because you want to save money. That's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Save money is not how you make money. Okay, that was a good investment. I paid them $120,000. I got 2 great guys there, and I got all kinds of help. Okay, that I couldn't have repeated for $120,000. Okay, the problem is that the help they were giving me didn't help me grow my business. It just helped me do little piddly things and that sort of stuff, right? The real rub, to be honest with you, was I'm not building anything I can sell. Okay, so I knew that. And the other rub was they kept bothering me about the balloon. It's too small. Okay, so I was like, yeah, dude, it's time. Okay. And so that was the main reason. It wasn't the money I was paying them. And even then, those brokers, owners that do leave to start their own money because they want to save something, they fail to build a business that can sell for multiples of value because they left with the wrong reasons. They didn't leave for the right reasons to have something that's so valuable other people want. They left to save something. So in other words, it's like baking a cake. You guys have heard my analogy on that. Like when you bake a cake and you take it out of the oven, you take a bite of it. If you don't like the taste of it, you have to throw it away because you can't unbake the ingredients in it. So what you're doing here is you're basically baking a cake. That's what your business is, so to speak. And at the end of it all, if you don't like the way it tastes, sorry, nobody wants it. So I asked myself those questions. So here's what we did. We took the number one system for growing a real estate business, turned it into a brokerage for people like you that want to not only increase your business by 300% or more without giving up your personal life to do it, but also building it with the end in mind. A real sellable business asset that's so valuable other people want it. And if you choose, you can sell this thing for multiples of earnings. The more predictable the business is, the more it works without you with processes and systems, the more valuable it will be to others. And you're talking 4.5, 5.5, 7.5 times earnings, not 1.5 or 2.5 just because you have a ton of agents there.